Welcome back, everybody. It is Saturday, May 23rd, and I have just arrived in my home. I've got some artwork that we need to be catching up on. And let's see, I'll just set these here so that way we see what we got going on. Feel bad that we had to skip last week, but I was at Tidewater Comicon, had a great time. It was a really, really good show. Super thankful, super grateful to Mike Federale and the team for having me and for having Cat Mouse as well. Very, very grateful, very happy about that. I'm gonna grab some water. I'm literally just like running into the studio. So happy that we can actually do this on Saturday. It's like technically my moment of zen. Nice fresh water. I better not shake that too much next to the artwork. Don't want a nasty accident to happen. But we've got some artwork to catch up on from our mighty catch-up mission, and we have some friends here in the chat with us. So let's see who is here with us tonight. And here we go. Hey, Kevin, what's up, dude? Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Let's see. Kevin says, so for today, I think we need a piece of Memorial Day art. Yes. Yeah, I think the three pieces we're catching up on have plenty to offer. So I think we're in the right wheelhouse. Maurice, what's up, dude? Glad you're with us tonight. That's awesome. Let's see. Leave it to you to have a play on words. the breast at what I do. Thank you, Mo, for having the in honor of our good friend Chet, who is with us always. Always grateful for Chet. He was our creative producer for years, dude. I don't think there's anywhere I can look in the studio that there is not a piece of equipment or art supplies or something that he helped us to acquire so that we can actually function and create comics. So, indeed, with much respect, with much love. Paul, what's up, dude? Simply the breast. Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Awesome. Let me see here. Kevin says, everyone needs a good Maurice saying hello. Very, very cool. Vida Alte, what's up, my friend? Buenas noches, mi amigo. I know I always answer you in Spanish, but you know my heart's in the right place. Kevin says, Post-its must be mine. Yeah, I believe. No, the Post-its one is not yours. This one is actually Ken's, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the Post-it one is Ken's, and we've got Nira X kind of doing the barbed wire coming out of the bubble bath scene. This one belongs to you, Kevin, and then this one belongs to Chris, our good friend Chris Dehan, who I'm not sure is in the room with us yet or not, but we're going to be working on his piece for a little bit tonight. Very excited to be catching up. This past week has been crazy. Just the show takes up almost 4 or 5 days of my life, even though it's a 2-day weekend show and it is local. It's close to here, so at least the traveling aspect of it is easy, but it soaks up the good portion of the week. And then I was building with Kat, by the way, because I can't do it without her. I was building a greenhouse for my dad. It's actually for my dad and for Kat, because Kat's she has a green thumb as well. She enjoys plants and growing things and backyard projects. So, and my dad's unable to, his health right now, he's unable to actually build things in the backyard, so we had to do that for him. And then lo and behold, all day today, I don't know where this came from, but our washing machine freaking broke down, and then we had to lug the old one out and had to get a new one, had to drag that back in, had to carry food. I'm not built for all this exercise. is what I'm saying. It's been very busy, busier than I planned. Kevin says, of course, near a wire in a tub is probably mine too. Yes, that's the one that is absolutely yours. Ken, what's up, dude? Evening, gents. Always bringing a bit of class to our party. Excellent, excellent. Master of the Citadel. Kevin is grinning. Ken says, how many breast puns did I miss? A few. We just got started. Paul says, the beach piece is probably my favorite piece. I didn't win, but glad I got my homage sketch cover picked up last Saturday. You had a very, very good pickup last Saturday. I wish I almost had everything finished. There was 3 pieces out of Paul's unboxing at the show that I wasn't able to finish before the show. So those will be finished very soon. But yeah, such a good pickup. I've got the video. We have to edit that. We got to edit that video this week so we can post it to the YouTube channel. It was a lot of fun. We had so much fun at the show. Kevin says, gentlemen, you mean like this? Let's see. I can't click on. If I click on it, the whole show is going to go down. So you guys can see it. I'm afraid to hit too many buttons. Paul says, proud of our bilingual bill. Muchas gracias, mi amigo. Yes. Yeah, every once in a while I forget. I need to be representing like all the different races that I actually represent. Yeah, I got the German last name, but it turns out I'm actually Irish on my dad's side. My mom's side is Puerto Rican. Now, Kat is an interesting mix of things because my ex, her mom is Mexican. So she's half Mexican, half Puerto Rican. She looks Asian. We're just a little bit of everything, which is good. Wouldn't have it any other way. Let's see. Kevin says, Nira having fun with her little friend. Kevin says, well, I dare to think there needs to be a not safe for work notification on the Post-its. Maybe I might write something on the Post-its because I remember. Well, I wrote a note for myself on the back too that we're actually keeping it as is because it was just funny that the Post-its were actually drawn on. So we wanted to keep it with the Post-its on there. So I might write some little notes or something on the Post-its, like I don't know, like not safe for work or something like that. We have to write something on there. That'll be funny. Marie says, hello, very cool. Paul says, washing machines are the worst when they go down. Maybe only fridges are worse. The washing machine thing, and it was out of the blue too. We just wanted to throw some stuff in there and then get on with the day. I wanted to do, there's a ton of artwork that I'm catching up on, and I'm working on book deadlines and lots of other things. So it was not even like a mechanical thing that went wrong with the machine. It was like something to do with the motherboard and like the little computer chip and whatever inside of it. Just too much to try and fix. Like 20 YouTube videos later, I'm just like, all right, look, let's just get another one. This is ridiculous. This is like, we're going to spend just as much money fixing it as we are to just pick up a cheap one from the freaking hardware store. So yeah, it was a little bit of a nightmare. I wasn't excited about lifting up heavy things into the back of a truck and spending all afternoon lugging it back and forth, but got it done. Let's see. Kevin says, I still want to see what Paul got. Oh yeah. We're going to edit that video this week for sure. I've got it all in my camera. Let's see. Kevin says, I'm sharing with all of you Bill's favorite pizza. Oh man, I can't click on it, dude. I can't click. I'm afraid of opening up new windows on my computer when I'm live streaming, only because, well, what if the live stream goes down? It's like I really don't know how much this little Mac Mini can handle, or if something glitches. Let's see. Marie says, I have the German, French, Canadian covered here for you. Very cool, very cool. Paul says, epic box for sure, way beyond any expectations I had. I knew not everything could be done. Many things in there I had forgotten about. Yeah, you had a good selection of things, dude. I was so happy And considering I only had the three pieces that weren't done, it's like I think we did pretty good. I think we did pretty good. Super super happy that your collection was able to be transported. I'm the transporter. Weight of the box. Contents of the box. As Kevin says, the post-its removed for fun. That would be good. Marie says, sounds like a cool collection there, Paul. Yeah, he got a very eclectic and cool. And he had a couple of things in there that were like, remember, Paul, you had the poster that you ordered, and that was like a promo poster, like legit from the '90s with Nira. So I did a remark and a remark sketch and signed it. So it's like that was a nice full circle piece right there. So many memories, dude. It's like the '90s were crazy. We did so much. Ken says maybe one post-it says ink and one post-it says paint. It could be like little notes to myself to figure out what to do. Paul says, let's see. Oh, and Maurice. Oh man, just insane. Literally about a year's worth of stuff I had bought because I kept missing billet shows. This is true. Kevin says, and the lower one says Walt sent me. Paul says Bill's favorite pizza is any, I believe. You know me well. I'll take cheese. I'll take pepperoni. If there's something on there I'm not in the mood for, I pick it off, and then it instantly becomes pepperoni. So it's fine. But if there's sausage or mushrooms on there, it's all good. I'll even eat pineapple on my pizza. The forbidden pineapple. I kind of miss Cece's pizza. I don't know. You guys got a Cece's pizza next to you guys? I used to have one close to the house, and it left me. It apparently didn't do as well as it could have, business-wise, because it's gone now. But they had a little bit of everything. They had pizza that was like tacos. They had pizza they had pudding pizza. It was crazy. They had some crazy pizzas, like apple pie pizza, and like I don't know. They had like a crazy, like a ton of different flavors, combinations of pizza. Ken says, I have that promo poster signed by you. Probably originally signed back in the day. Yeah. That's awesome, dude. Let's see. I mean, Ink and Paint. That's the name of the club she sang at. Oh, I get it now. I see what you're doing. Pineapple for the win. Hell yeah. And plus, there's more slices for me. I don't understand why other people don't like the pineapple on pizza. I can understand the sacrilege of it, but I still like it. Let's see. Paul says Bill needs his own official licensed post-its. Oh my gosh, I think I do. Kevin says I liked Shakey's, but they seem to have gone bye-bye again. At least I do have some other local pizza places that I do like here. So. But it is a shame. Every once in a while, you're in the mood for some cheap pizza that's like kind of like crazy flavors and stuff. And yeah, Cece's kind of fit the bill. Paul says one of my elementary students' generous moms bought the class pizza, and one student wondered, "Is that meat or pepperoni?" Is it meat? Hey, Christopher Bouchard in the house. How you doing, dude? Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Saying what's up, Bill, and what's up, chat. We got 3 pieces of art here that we're going to work on. A little bit of catch up. I do have I picked out some things for the auction portion of the evening. I guess I could show you guys what we've got here. I've got 2 original interior pages from the 2 online stories, the 2 adult online stories. You'll see. One is from the Honeybee series. Somebody had asked me, I forget who it was. I don't know if it was Maurice, if it was, I forget who it was now that asked me about the hot tub scene in the honeybee story. So I found the page. It's page 12 from the honeybee story, and there's the hot tub scene. This was like my first published. Granted, it was online. It was for a website. This company was out in Europe somewhere, and they don't exist anymore. So these pages are just floating around now. There's a couple of stories that I worked on, and you can't see them anywhere. So at least I have the original art, and hopefully somebody will enjoy them. So I've got page 12 of one of the honeybee stories that I did for that site. And then I did another story called Shadow's Embrace, which is my own story, which I do need to. You know what? Tonight I'm going to upload a few pages of Shadow's Embrace onto the Patreon page. So I said I would upload all the pages of the story. So this is actually page 23 from Shadow's Embrace. And hopefully, I'm kind of thinking of continuing that story. So I've got the two interior pages from these two stories, and then for the third auction I've got a comic book, or a book special, put it that way. I did a pinup in Voltron United and Drawn, and this was quite a while back. Let's see, so this is a hardcover. It's actually kind of a big heavy book. It's got a lot of pinups from a ton of different artists, and you'll see yours truly right here, the pinup in those. So the Voltron book and Mira X Reborn #3. This is a variant cover by Ali Garza, and it came out so cool. And I've got a copy for myself, and I've got a copy for the auction. So I've got two copies. One of them is going to go as part of one of our auctions for tonight. So I think I got a couple of cool things for that portion of the evening. Let's see, I'll probably start working on. Let me start working on, because these two have a little bit of work on them already. So let's start working on Ken's piece first, and then we're going to work on Kevin's piece, and then we're going to work on Chris Behan's artwork. So this is the one we're going to start with. I'll set this off to the side, keep that safe. I'll grab myself a pen here so we can kind of get started. Cool Jessica Rabbit themed piece here with Post-its, the ever traditional Post-its. All right, I'll get started. Let me catch up with the chat just a little bit more before I start putting some lines down, and then we'll get going. So Kevin says, let's see, I know what you mean. That's why I said walk sent me. Ken saying hi to Chris, very cool. Ken says, I know you knew, buddy. No way you didn't get that reference. Saying hello, very cool. Paul says, I recall barbecue pizza and the dessert pizzas being CC's really thinking outside the pizza box. Yeah, their dessert pizzas were like way out there. I would have never thought to have like vanilla pudding pizza. What? And that stuff was like crack. I had to have it. All right, Christopher saying hello, very, very cool. So Kevin says, few things go over my head, except for birds and planes and things in space. Kevin says, page 12 sold. Hell yeah. Or he says, will those pages be on Club Corrupt? They will. The Shadows Embrace pages, I'll actually upload a couple of those tonight after the show. It's a 24-page story. That one's actually like a full story. So it's a 24-page story. It's in full color. The other ones, I will post them up on the club. However, just to let you know, they're stories that don't have any lettering because that was done on their end. I was just doing the artwork for their stories. So the honeybee stories are basically just cool work, cool art to look at, as opposed to like a complete story to read. So just to let you know that's how those are going to be posted up. Kevin says Bill seems to be good at shibari bondage. I wonder why. Paul says that Ali Garza is awesome. Not sure if I've seen the art from them before. Yeah, we only did it for issue 3, and I think that's the only print run that we actually did of that, and that was direct from Committed Comics. So that's thanks to Tom over at Committed Comics that we even got to have that cover. So it's a hard one to find that, and I don't even think he's been selling them on the website. We did it exclusively with the Kickstarter, so I'll have to check and see if he plans on doing anything in the future. But as far as I know, that's the only print run with that cover. He's got a regular version, and then of course there's that nude version. Kevin says, I don't know, should Nira have those obscuring bubbles on her chest? I swear they must be filled with Comic Code's authority gas. Well, when we get to the bubbles on her chest, maybe I'll leave some of that blank so that I'm not inking it during the actual show, and then I'll finish it off camera. So that way it'll be a little bit more not safe for work, be a little bit more perky that way. Walk? I typed walk? Silly me, I meant Walt. You're typing fast. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, thanks, Maurice. That's the link there for the Club Crew Up. That's for our Patreon page. That's where we post our nude artwork, exotic stories, kind of stuff, and basically just like nudes. I do have a Patreon that I just barely started up. That's just the regular Patreon, like general audience Patreon. And that's at the Bill Moss Art. If you find patreon.com/Bill Moss Art, which is this one. Thank you, Maurice. Thanks, dude. You're one step ahead of me, man. That's good. That's good. Kevin says perky is good. Let's see. Paul says, do you have a wish list of people you would love to see draw Nira, or would you rather just draw yourself? I always love to draw my own characters, as it were, but yeah, there's a laundry list of people I would like to see draw her, and I'm actually really fortunate that a lot of those artists have already drawn her. Like there's an Adam Hughes Nira X, which I did not think I would see in my lifetime. And that was we actually did that one a while back, but having Adam Hughes draw Nira is amazing. Having any of the image guys that I follow, just because we came up at the same time in the 90s, we started publishing Nira at the same time that the guys formed Image Comics, and those were the guys that were sort of my biggest influence at the time. Yeah, even to this day. If I had a Mark Silvestri Nira X, or if I had a Todd McFarlane Nira X, that sort of thing. Because it would, not only do I collect their artwork, but it also is meaningful in another way too, in a sense that we're all like 90s kids, And I'm sure there's a bunch of other artists that I'm not naming right now, because my brain gets split between drawing and thinking. But I'm sure there's other artists too that I would like to see draw Nira X. But right now I am quite happy. Got a few cool ideas that we want to do, cool stories that we want to tell. Let me see if we can find my eraser here. There we go. Got one little dot that just bothers me. Yay! Tools! Okay, now we can carry on. I had one little dot in her eye that I was just like, I need to wipe this out. My life can't progress forward until I do. Ken says a Rob Liefeld Nero would be crazy. The feet spatial differential could implode the universe. Let's see. Paul says, "Did Jay Lee ever draw Nero X?" Unfortunately, no. I mean, that would be something pretty cool to get, especially with all the, like, the cool splatters and just the way he draws. Oh, jeez, that would be sweet. But never say never. There are some plans and some feelers that have been put out there to see if we can get some other artists that give us their rendition of Mira. So I am looking forward to seeing if a lot of that might pan out and see where it goes from there. I don't want to say too much about that because I don't want to jinx it. But there are some plans afoot. There we go. I just noticed the brim of my hat. I usually don't wear the hat along with my headphones for precisely that reason. You get this total eclipse of my big head coming in front of the camera. Let's see. Kevin says she'd have to be posing in front of Liefeld's Just Feet store. And her feet would still be tiny. Let's see. Paul says, "Oh, Cyberforce. That was actually my favorite Image comic, second to Savage Dragon." Yeah, you know, like even an Eric Larson Nero would be pretty fun. I think the top of my list might be if I had a McFarlane Nero X, like just in a crazy kind of a Spider-Man-y kind of pose. Yeah, Silvestri definitely, because I really liked his Cyberforce book. That was one of my favorite ones back then too. If I had a J. Scott Campbell, oh, that would be nice. That's right up Mira's alley right there. Mira would approve. It's always nice to draw. Drawing a little bit of Jessica Rabbit is always nice. I probably want to draw Jessica Rabbit as like a bunch of different comic book characters. But that's already what I like doing with Mira. I like drawing Mira dressing up as different comic book characters. Closer to her face there so you can see what's going on. Let's see. Ken says a classic Jim Lee Nero would be fucking dope though. Oh, you know, it's like I can't believe I didn't mention his name already. Yeah, are you kidding me? That would be top shelf. have Nira like kind of in one of the like a Wildcats pose, or like his later X-Men stuff. Yeah, that would be freaking amazing, dude. I gotta look up to see what those guys are drawing lately. I see what a lot of indie guys are doing, because we're pretty active as far as like the crowd funding circuit, as it were. But I have not been like super aware of what everybody else has been doing lately. We'll get a few more lines into this here, and we'll see what you guys are up to. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Let's see, Kevin says, plans afoot. Nira X as Holmes, Mercy as Watson, and ENX as Moriarty. That's how fun would that actually be? That might actually be pretty fun, dude. You never know. Sometimes the best ideas happen like with these little off the cuff riffs. Let's see. Ken says Al Rio Nero would be cool too. Oh yeah, yeah, that would have been cool. Yeah, Al Rio's art was in the same kind of. I would put him in the same wheelhouse with Campbell. You know, as far as like like the cheesecake wheelhouse that we all live in. Right there for a minute. I was making these smooth lines. That's why I get quiet sometimes. It's like, oh, I gotta hold my breath or else I'll mess up the line. All right, let me see. I got to get a bigger pen now. We're going to do some larger holding lines. So let's see what we can do. Grab my brush pen here. Let's see. Christopher says, Bill, very soon I will have a commission for you. Oh, very cool, dude. Yeah, I'll definitely look forward to that, my friend. Yeah, even while we're doing the catch-up episodes and we're getting caught up on all of the things that are already in the queue. It's always cool to add to the list. Um, and it'll be sometime over the summer that we'll be able to turn things around. But getting on the list sooner than later is always cool because that allows my brain to kind of like plan ahead and carve out the appropriate amount of time between projects and all that. So that's totally perfect, dude. You just let me know, and I will gladly add you to the list. Very, very good. Let's see. Marie says, "What about Todd McFarlane or Arthur Adams?" Yeah. Oh, dude, I can't even believe I didn't mention Arthur Adams. That shows you right there that my brain is firing at half Adams. I said Adams. Yeah, I'm tired from the day, dude. Arthur Adams would. I think an Arthur Adams Nira X would actually be just about the very, very top of my wish list. If there was like a cool ass Arthur Adams piece that I could use, that I could have, that I knew he drew, that would be. That is just about number one. That is like some Santa Claus material right there. Let's see. Maurice says, plans afoot there. That sounds wild. I gotta plan ahead, man. I gotta plan my feet. Kevin says, it's elementary, dear watcher. Paul says, I think Jim Lee is tied up trying to finish Hush. Like the whole Batman series got a new volume with the previous volume waiting for him to come back to it. Holy smack. Dude, waiting forever. You know what? Another person that I wait forever on is Joe Mad. Dude, if I had a Nira X drawn by Joe Madureira, that's a wish list item right there. Holy shit! I think I probably put. I mean, just spitballing for tonight because we're just having fun. It's like I think I'll put Arthur Adams as like the number one choice, like top of the list, like a wish list. And I'll probably put Joe Madureira as number two. He was my number one son, but he always treated me like number two. And I don't know where I'd put the rest of my wish list artists on my wish lists. But I think thinking about it just off the top of my head, I think those two guys probably top two, just for wish list's sake. Night Phoenix, what's up, dude? Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Awesome. Saying hello to everybody. Cool. Glad you're with us, Nate. Awesome. Maurice says, can't wait to see you start mine. Yeah, dude. I'm glad that you put that one on the list, man. I'm looking forward to that a lot. I could tease a little bit. It's a Star Wars character. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good stuff, dude. Ken says you could get all the classic image creators to draw in your new book, Scribe Swimsuit Special. It's all images of Scribe daydreaming about the ladies. Dude, that sounds so on brand. Please remind me later to actually write that down. I'm going to write it down right now anyway. I'm going to write it down right now. Scribe Swimsuit Special. You hear me? I'm writing it. I really hope I don't forget. That would be dope. I don't know if I can get the image creators to draw in it, but it's just having a swimsuit special be called Scribe, the swimsuit special. It's too good, dude. Or images of Scribe in a swimsuit. That might be the last page of the book where he wakes up and he's just like, oh shit. Very cool. Maurice saying hello. Awesome. I know Maurice says option number one. Yes. Very cool. Saying hello back. Very cool. Paul says, I am slightly flattered that my question created about 30 minutes or so of content. What can I tell you, man? We like the way you think. Kevin says, less Scribe, more skin. Maurice is saying that would be Club Corrupt number 3. It could very well be because The Club Corrupt issues are they don't necessarily have to be one thing or another. You know, sort of whatever the fluid thought is at the moment. That's what it should be. Although we do have a lot of content already for number 3, that's kind of planned for number 3 already. So maybe by the time we start planning number 4, that could be the direction that we end up going. That would be awesome. Gotta let that ink dry for just a tiny bit before I start going over it. See, I have to hold my breath when I do these lines. It's got to have a particular curve to it, and I got to be careful. There we go. Especially with the brush pen. If we push down a little bit too hard, we're gonna end up breaking our legs. Then it should be mad at me. Make sure we got enough ink on this brush here. All right, good. Little by little, we shall build it, they will come. No pun intended. Let's see, Paul says, just don't make a scribe banana hammock variant cover, please. Yeah, that would be bad. That would be bad. I don't think scribe would like that. Give him the Borat banana hammock. Squeeze a little more ink into this, but not too much. Not too much. You put too much ink in it, it'll be all over the place. Move this here a little bit. I'm gonna swing my arm over the whole damn table. We didn't mess up the line. Very good. I do have to white out a little tiny bit though. Just a little. Just a little bit over. Yeah, it's coming good. It's coming good. Let's see, it's about what, 11:45? We got to start working on the next one here pretty soon. We'll put just a couple more lines on this one, and then we're going to start working on the next one. That way we have enough time to work on all three of them. Ken says it can be scribed with the the duct tape banana over his junk. This is definitely porn sideways. It's true. Marie says, "My name is Scribe, and I come from the Kazakhstan." To hell with that Borat. Yeah, Scribe's not going to share the limelight with nobody. Yeah, it's a couple more lines here. Happy lines. Yeah, be a good place to kind of leave this one for the moment. Excelente, excelente. Kevin says, don't pull the duct tape too hard or fast. You may pull more than a banana with it. Can you imagine the scream? All right, we're going to set this one aside for a moment. Let this ink dry a little bit. And we shall. And by the way, Ken, I hope you're liking how that piece is coming out. Jessica is looking pretty darn good. I do like the fact I just remembered it's like there's the little stack of Post-its on the floor right next to her. So I'm just like, that's cool. The little things that we talk about when we're sitting here in the middle of drawing it and stuff. All right, well, let's work on Kevin's Nero wire. And you're right, Kevin. I think we'll make this one a little bit more not safe for work. So I'm just going to avoid inking too much of this, so that way we can do that afterwards. That'll make the piece nice and fun. Her hair's all up in a bun. I'm gonna try that little background square thing. It's just like the implied shadow of the room. And of course we got jelly. More people are going to know about jelly soon enough. So I gotta draw it like this. There's going to be a whole story revolving around the exploits of this here jelly. Jelly. Let's just say that jelly gets everywhere. He does too. Technically, he cannot be stopped, but also technically, nobody wants to stop him. Hey, some person. Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Awesome, awesome. Always good to see you, my friend. We're working on some bubbles. And we're working on some jelly. Let me draw some of these. Jelly's got like a bunch of little reflections and stuff. I had to keep a steady hand. I see some person says hello to everybody. Very, very cool. Kevin says, I think you all will be rooting for Jelly. Yes, indeed. Ken says, when Jelly wins, everybody wins. Some person says, Shelby did a 3-hour-long art supply stream. You might want to see it. Oh, I think I will check it out. Just talking about art supplies? What? I'm going to have to check it out. I always like seeing what art supplies everybody else is using and how they use it. Always fun. Second. Thanks, Ken. Ken just sent me a reminder about the Scribe swimsuit special. Like, don't forget. You're awesome, dude. I tell you, man, I can't do this without my friends. All right, let's see. I'll avoid a little bit more of the chest area for the sake of you know, YouTube rules and whatnot, because we are going to make this one. We're going to make those bubbles a little transparent, or just not up there. Jelly is doing his thing. He is on a vacation. I love the idea of having her in this. It's an homage to barbed wire, of course. Getting out of the hot tub like this. Very cool. Maurice saying hello. Some person says it's over here. Oh, cool. Thanks for posting the link to it. That'll make it easy to find. Thank you, sir. Thank you, my main man. Ken says that tentacle is way too high for a not safe for work piece. Just saying. Yeah, it might be moving around a little bit. It's like the after party. The after party stream is when we'll start drawing it going to appropriate places. Some person says, and this is a good question. Some person is saying, "Are you almost caught up?" And the answer to that is, I think that I'm always going to be busy, which is good. Don't get me wrong. I'll never complain about being busy. But I think I'll be out of the behind schedule portion of the schedule, if there's a better way to put it. I think I'll be pretty evenly caught up and not so behind by probably end of July. So it's gonna take a little bit. This is gonna be a whole summertime mission. And the reason I can't catch up any faster is because every month, June. Yeah, next month coming up is June. Holy crap! I just did Tidewater Comicon. That was this past weekend. Next month, Kat and I are going to be going to Charlotte. We're going to be at Heroes Con. So I'll be posting a little bit about that. So we'll be doing that show. That's going to take up a good week and a half of my life, which is good. I'm excited about going. So we're going to be going to Heroes Con. We'll be in Artist Alley. We'll be there as Entity Comics. That's our studio brand, Cat Mouse and myself. So we're going to be together in Artist Alley, doing sketching, doing commissions, doing things. And then in July, we actually spend 2 weeks in San Diego. So that's one of the reasons that the commission catch up is taking. I just can't work on it straight. So I got to keep on making sure I maintain the book deadlines and all the things that keep us legit and keep us rolling. But yeah, I think end of July, August. I think August hopefully will be basically not exactly a clean slate, but certainly a lot. Like I can actually say I'm caught up on everything that's late and been waiting for a while. And there have been some pieces that have been waiting for quite some time. And thankfully, maybe it's partially because I do my very best to not just ghost anybody. Keep that line of communication open. Make sure everybody knows what's going on. So it's thanks to you guys being patient with me when the dominoes fall a certain way and things get behind schedule. So I'm able to keep on working and keep on catching up at the same time. So yeah, I think end of July. End of July is kind of my target. And as we get closer, we'll see how close I actually get to that target. Unhinged in the house. What's up, dude? I'm glad you're hanging out with us tonight for a little bit. That's good. He says, looking good, dude. Hello, chat. Drawing. And can't tag everyone. All good, dude. I'm glad you're here, man. Kevin says, Jelly remembers the 80s too well. Just reach out and touch someone over and over and over and over. Maurice says, a new type of ET there. Oh, yeah, the jelly. The space jelly. He is a very entertaining little guy. Kevin says perhaps the Mossart will add a lower tentacle. Yes, I think that might actually happen. I think that might actually happen. We're gonna make this one getting out of the hot tub in style. E.T. the erotic toucher. The extra tentacle. That's pretty good. That's good, Ken. That's good. You get an extra point for that one. Some person says, think of this as a Viking ship. I'll play the drum. Draw. Get the rhythm going. That way I'll finish all my work. And we can get on to fresh ideas. Kevin says, every comic female needs to encounter the E.T. Some person says, I remember that part from that movie, Eddie Torres as E.T., the extra testicle. Where he says, oh, that's a link. Oh, the Viking music link. Oh, okay, I got you. Kevin says, I am not touching that one. I know, every beat there's a new line. It's like, dum, 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 dum. Kevin says, this space jelly is not like the Blob. It's safe to touch. Some person says, it's cool. It's Cheech and Chong's the next movie or something. Cheech and Chong. Can't go wrong with Cheech and Chong. Yeah, I kind of grew up with those guys. Might be adding another tentacle, so I think I'll leave that little area open there. That way it doesn't get covered up too much. But we can still give her a leg. And part of this here hot tub in the middle. Excellent. All going according to plan. Yeah, July is going to be a busy month too. July we got a plan for our next Nira X series. So we're going to have a Kickstarter in July. And I think you guys are going to really like the theme of it and the direction where it's going. There we go. Excellent. Let's make sure let's give her two arms. She enjoys having all of her limbs. Jelly enjoys having his 200 limbs. part in here and I'll head back to the chat, see what you guys are up to. Excellent. Let's see, let me pull this back just a little bit like that. There we go. A crazy little angle on the tub there. Let's see, Kevin says, I am thinking this art needs a sequel at the Babe Watch headquarters. Oh, I like the sound of that. This could be good. This could be very good. Let's see what we got here. Kevin says, look at that. This art has something for everyone. Tentacles, foot fetish. Let's see, Paul says, looks like based on your Facebook page that you got a lot more commissions last weekend than normal. There seems to be a lot of people at the show, question mark, more than Fredericksburg or Virginia Beach. That one was small. Yeah, Tidewater Comicon has actually grown like really well, and I like the mix of people that come to the show too. Is really good. So you get a good mix of people that are actually there, not just to get autographs from like the voice actors or some of the celebrities and stuff. They're there to collect art and to actually see what the new comic book is you're working on. And so I have a lot of people, a lot of repeat fans that come back looking, and they know that we always plan on being there. So had a lot of people bring me books from back in the 90s to sign. I thought that was awesome. I had a few people bring me toys and action figures that we designed, some Mira X action figures. It was great. It's such a good mix, and there was a lot more people, and I was a lot busier than at some of the smaller shows. It's a really good mix. I'm super happy, and it's a good crowd too. It's a really fun crowd. Everybody's there to have a good time. Let's see, Paul says, and not many artists doing commissions, it seems. There's not as many artists just doing straight up commissions as there used to be. I think you're absolutely right about that. There are some small publishers that they do bring their books, and they're there to promote like the next book that's coming out, but they're not there necessarily doing drawings on the spot for people. You know what I mean? Even some of the artists that I saw that were selling their own art, They're not necessarily there with the intention of drawing for people on the spot. So I have noticed that there's been a decline of that being, that happening. I think a lot of those artists are totally fine, like doing like a quick remark for people, or doing, they're signing their books and things like that, so they'll do signatures and maybe some quick remarks. But yeah, I don't see people doing full on commissions, like, like a true artist alley, like you would expect. Now the list of artists going to Charlotte for Heroes Con is insane. There are so many artists going, and I fully expect Charlotte. I fully expect Heroes Con to have all kinds of people drawing commissions on the spot. Put some little drippies on her arm. Little bubbles, little drippies, little wet skin. Let's see. Ken is asking, how did Kat do at the show? She did great at the show. She's blowing up, dude. Like she's just doing fantastic, and she really has like her own signature energy at her table, and she has an entire fan base of people that I've never seen before in my whole life, and a lot of them are cosplayers and girls that are about her age. Oh, they look, dude, the energy. It's so awesome. It's so awesome. Yeah, she did fantastic. Ken says, "Did you finish that mural at the beach?" I had to put the mural on hold because I'm catching up. I'm catching up with the work. So the comic book work comes first, and the commission work comes first. So I did put the mural on hold for the moment. We have a lot of fun doing murals, and that gallery is kind of a home away from home for us. So sometimes I did do framing for a while there. Sometimes I'll help out when they need some help. I know the owners, and a lot of times we'll have our own art up in the gallery, and stuff like that. So I'll take some of my like paintings, and sometimes I do a little bit more like dolphins and whales and some aquatic stuff. Sometimes I'll take in my comic book stuff there too, because I mean comic books that's my first love. So so yeah, we had to put we kind of like got it blocked off enough that it's like, and we did a portion of it that it looks okay unfinished. But yeah, I'm making it a priority to finish and catch up with this stuff with the comic book work first over the summer, and then when we'll get caught up just when it starts to cool off, and fall is starting to creep in. So that'd be a perfect time to be outside and not get burnt finishing up the mural. And we might actually paint that wall a couple more times. They're planning on taking down that entire block for they're going to build, take all the buildings down and put up something different, so it might have to move, but it's not for like another 3 to 5 years, and the city here kind of drags their feet on that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of thinking I have like 5 years or so. So we're going to keep on using that wall as our personal business card down at the beach. Kevin says, I shared this with Ken, but there is an AI that specializes in animating action figures, making them dance and whatnot. I would love to see how it would work on the Near X in action figure line. Yeah, well, if you guys do anything like that, that's always cool to me. Like when fans want to share stuff like that. So obviously, I'm kind of like between a rock and a hard place when it comes to AI. So it's like I can't really utilize AI or do things myself with it because it does kind of put me in a weird box with my peers and with a lot of fans. So, but I always like doing it. When Grok still had the free version of their thing. Like I made some of the action figures here do some stuff just to see how I have to see how the technology works, and I have to see, I got to know what I'm talking about if I'm going to talk about it at all. So it was fun. I'll give you that. It was a lot of fun. Unhinged says, I'm only going to call you Unhinged. I think a lot of newer artists are digital also and aren't comfortable drawing traditionally. I'll be at Jeepers. Yeah, for some things I'm going back to basics. Like I can listen. Let me see if I can show you guys something. I'm gonna I'm gonna show you a sneak peek of something real fast that I'm not supposed to show off yet. But I will show it off to you just for the sake of, because I want to. There's a series that we're working on, and it's going to be it's all going to be not computer colored. Yeah, computer enhanced a little bit. I like the little glowing tools, and I like the little laser effects and stuff like that. But I've got something coming down the line. I won't show you too much of it here. I'll just show you that much. There you go. You can see the color a little bit better if I do that. So this is what the original pages look like. So I'm looking at doing some things with a different series. We're still going to do our normal regular series with Committed Comics. I love doing the Near X stories that we do with Committed. So those are going to continue. But I have another Near X series that I'm very excited about. That's it's all hand drawn. It's all splatter and art and mixed media, and I'm really excited about it because that's where I kind of started as far as art and everything like that is concerned, and so I like doing both. I love my digital tools. Even when I'm drawing my normal stuff, I do like to draw the original pages in black and white ink, and then I'll do all my coloring and effects and lettering and everything like that with a computer. So I love inking digital. You have no idea how much I enjoy inking digitally. The reason I don't ink more digitally is simply because of the idea of I want people to hold the original in their hands as opposed to a print of the original, So that's the only rock and a hard place that I find myself getting into when it comes to whether or not I'm using digital tools for everything. But I love inking digitally. So and there's projects that I ink digitally and I enjoy it. Some of the Zen book that's coming up next, I'm inking and drawing that. Like half of the book is going to be digital, going to be all digital. I'm doing all my drawing, inking, and coloring using Procreate, and then I'll do my lettering and my color correcting and stuff like that in Photoshop. Some person says that octopus could be your Garfield Bill. You'd get rich. He's gonna be my little dude. Let's see. Then you can get assistants to help you finish the work and make you pizza. I tell you, man, those are worthy dreams. I like those dreams. I'll be working towards that. Kevin says everyone would want to sleep with this jelly then. Paul says personal business card for Virginia Beach gets you into all the mini gets you into the mini golf for free. I know they have enough mini golf places there, right? Oh my gosh! But, business cards. Thanks for reminding me. I do have to print new business cards. See, you're helping me out. I can't get by without the help of my friends. I'm telling you. Some person saying hello, very, very cool. Kevin says, sold! Night Phoenix says, I do everything traditional, digital, AI. I do it all. Dude, if it's a tool that you can use, why not, right? Use everything that's at your disposal. I'll tell you, at this point, because the Pandora's box has already been, I don't like the way they rolled out AI. I mean, it was not cool the way they rolled it out, but it's here now. So it's not going to go anywhere. So use all the tools that you could possibly use. The only thing the only hill I guess I would die on when it comes to AI is simply tell people that it is. If you're using AI, just say that you're using it. It's a tool. It's like the first thing I ink is her butt. I had to, man. I couldn't resist. All right, this will be the third piece of the evening. So we're going to spend the last half hour inking Chris Dehan's piece, which is Nira as kind of a Gandalf holding the one ring to rule them all, with this dragon back here and a giant floaty. I like it. I like this piece. We're going to work on this one next. But yeah, Nate, I agree, man. It's just if there's tools that you're comfortable using, use those tools. There's so many different sides to the conversation when it comes to AI that I'm like, I don't really have time for all of the controversy and stuff. If it's an art tool that you can use to get the image the way that you want to get it, then use it, man. It's like. But I definitely don't. If whatever tools I do use, I tell people that I'm using. I think it's kind of like the same rules for just traditional art. It's like if somebody's gonna trace somebody else's artwork, that's a no-no. You use other people's artwork to learn from and all this sort of stuff. Just like the same way AI has been trained on everybody else's artwork, to learn how to do certain things, right? So yeah, as long as you actually say they're using AI and just being transparent about it, it's like that's really the only thing that would bother me if somebody was passing it off as not AI, because there's no reason to not tell anybody, Let's see. Unhinged says, "I'll be at Heroes." Oh, very cool, dude. We're gonna be there, man. We're gonna see you. I'm commenting on my phone. It auto-corrected. That voice to text gets you every time. Jeepers. No, it does it to me too, dude. Now, I do need the AI to like cure cancer and solve fuel problems and make me money. I needed to do those things first before it does all the other stuff. But yeah, man, it's out there. They're tools. Just use them. Just let people know what you're doing. It's all good. Ken's like, wow. Kevin says, if Bill is going to get rich, I had better get my part. Dude, if I hit that big lottery, we're all right. We'll all get on the bus. You inked her butt. So are you saying she's a tight ass? Butt inks are tight. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that, Nate. Gotta appreciate the little details, man. Those are the little things. I've been working on this stuff since I was a kid. It's like people don't realize how many hours you put into things. Ken says that that scroll in her G-string, is that the Papyrus. I think you deserve extra points for that one. That wasn't even stretching it too hard. That was actually good. That was good. That was good. But yeah, I do have some projects coming out, and I think, well, you know what? I'm not going to tell you my timeline for this multimedia artsy Nira book that I'm working on, because if the timing falls apart for one reason or another, because remember, I'm still prioritizing catching up, and I still have other deadlines that I've already committed to. So we'll leave that out in the open for now. Just know that it's coming. I think we'll have some fun with it. Put in all the little shadows. There you go. Let me draw her little papyri ass. I'm making this part right now just because I like that joke. Yeah. Gotta get all the little things. Incense bowl over here. Let me get that. Let me get that set up. I like the little tiny Mercy we got down here. Smaller pen. the little tiny drunk Mercy is. Will it focus? Will it focus? There she is. Kevin says, I hope it's not water soluble. No, I'll lose my scroll. Nate says, I see a lot of stuff on Kickstarter that I can't prove is AI, but just based on my experience, it sure looks like it, but there's no AI disclosure. Yeah, I mean, especially, in like, give it a couple years, I don't think there'll be a need for like disclosure, things like that. But right now, it's a sensitive subject, so out of common courtesy to people, because it is a touchy subject at the moment, and it's going to be touchy for probably a couple more years, before it just becomes noise, right? And after a while, people are just not going to care about arguing the point, But it's nice to let people know like what's in the recipe, But I've noticed that too. It's like there's a lot of things about AI art that's very obvious, and you can usually point, you can usually pick it out. I see tons of it. I see tons of it in my feed, and I even follow a couple of pages that are just all just AI stuff. You have to be aware of what's going on. And some of the images are cool. You know, it's like, of course they're amazing. A computer drew them. You know, it's like, of course they're going to be perfect. TSOTG, suntan lotion. Like, I would be surprised if a computer could not draw it perfect. You know, that would be the thing that surprises me. But it is a good common courtesy, especially right now when it's you know, people are sensitive about it, to disclose whether or not that's what it is. You know, if that's what you're using, yeah, you should be able to tell people. There's lots of tools that I use in Procreate that I couldn't replicate those tools myself on just on illustration board. You know, like there's this one pen, there's this one paintbrush that I like in Procreate that essentially just lets you draw like lasers. It sounds like a little thing, but it's like, I really love this brush, and I will use the hell out of it. But you know, I mean, the only reason I can get that effect is because that brush is letting me do it. And I don't see a problem with me admitting to people that I'm using Procreate in order to get that effect. You know, like there's no. It's not a bruise to my ego or something. I'm just like, yeah, I got this cool tool. It allows me to draw freaking lasers. So I got all these like little, you know, glowing magical effects, or little sci-fi glowing effects, like with equipment that has like something glowing on the inside. And I use that brush in order to accomplish that. And without that brush, I would not be able to do it. You know? I'd be out of luck. And if I wasn't, it's like the lettering. I do lettering in Photoshop, and I couldn't do that lettering by hand. You know, I mean, I could do lettering by hand, but it's going to come out crooked. It's going to come out, you know, looking hand drawn. It's not gonna look like, you know, nice clean balloons with perfectly straight lines. You know, so it's easy for me to disclose to people. It's like, yeah, I use a program in order to help me do that. So there's a lot of back and forth. Ken Albury, what's up, dude? I'm glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Awesome. Says good evening, fellows. Saying hello to everybody. Very, very cool. Ken says, hello, other Ken. Let's see, Ken Zazer. See, now I got to say your last name. Sorry. Because now we got more than one. We got Ken's plural in the house. So Ken Zazer says, I used to really like Everett Hartsoe, but he has new stuff on Kickstarter that's clearly AI but doesn't state it. Yeah, see, I don't understand. You just say what it is. I'm sure people would love it. I mean, it's like, you know, even if it's not the same as your previous style or whatever. I don't know. It just seems weird to not, like, you're trying to pass it off as something that you did organically, you know. That's like me arriving in Florida and not admitting to you that I took a car. It's like, bro, No, man, I walked all the way here. No, don't pretend like I didn't walk all the way to Florida. But like I said, it's a touchy subject. It's there's lots of reasons to be angry about AI, and I listen to all those reasons, and I see where it's coming. I see where the explanations are coming from. So I get it. I get it. Here we go. Let me just check something real quick here. Kevin just sent me a bunch of AI pics of evil Nira. Yes, and it's actually just AI is taking my drawing and made it realistic and has like different variations of the same drawing. It's neat to look at. This technology is crazy. Because just says Omega Alpha. You guys are awesome. Let's see. Some person says, "I think the human brain will eventually tell what AI is, even when it gets really advanced." Yeah, there's always something. There is subconsciously. I think people do have the ability to pick up and realize what might be AI and what might not be. Even if it's just a subconscious thing. Now, granted, I don't know, 20 years from now, I don't know if people are going to be able to pick up what's what, because they'll probably see so much of it. But right now, you notice it because it's new, so your brain picks up on it. And of course, there's always the uncanny valley thing, right? It's like you just kind of, and AI does a certain number of things over and over again. Like initially, I think being trained on basically any artwork that's been on the internet. It's like they basically fed everything that was on the whole internet. They fed it into the AI. But I think for a while now, the AI has also been training itself on itself. It's seeing its own artwork, and it's been it's probably being influenced by that. So I don't know if that that doubling up of information does anything. I mean, I get all of my science training from Star Trek and science fiction movies and comic books. So, there's only but so much brain power I could put into how this stuff actually works. I have a general idea. Let's see. Night Phoenix says, by the way, Kickstarter dropped the new not safe for work rules. You know what? That's actually I'm glad you brought that up, because that's actually a very interesting conversation to have. I read through their letter. They emailed everybody a thing. It's like, oh, we rolled back our rules and this and that, whatever. Which is all well and good, except they're admitting in that letter that Stripe, the payment processor, their rules are actually still exactly the same. So it's still kind of your mileage may vary a bit. I think Kickstarter just wants to be able to point at somebody else and say they did it, as opposed to being the one who's being blamed for possibly canceling your campaign for one reason or another. Like if it breaks whatever arbitrary rules they happen to have set up at the moment. So Stripe can still, according to what they said, if it's flagged, Stripe can still cancel or hold up your campaign up into like even if you're in the middle of actually funding it, like your campaign was successful and you actually finished your campaign and everything's good, they're in the middle of like collecting the money. Stripe can actually step in even at that point and possibly cancel your campaign and hold up your funds. So I see that Kickstarter did roll back their personal rules. Like they made everybody mad, and now they're just like, sorry, I don't want to do that. But Stripe's rules are still the same. So you just my advice to anybody is just to be careful. Do your best not to raise up any red flags, because Stripe itself, their rules did not change. Their rules are still the same. Let's see, some person says it just needs to adapt and learn at a geometric rate. Skynet became self-aware. July 4th, 2022. Let's see, Ken Zazer says, you better hold that breath when you ink TSOTG. That's right. It's a tiny letters, man. Kevin says, I wouldn't be surprised if he used AI, but there was someone about a decade ago that was copying all the art in the Fantastic Four books from online pinups, and the quality was inconsistent. Well, there's been a few times over the past, I don't know how long, where they would just swarm down on a particular artist like locusts because they were tracing other people's work and passing it off as their own. Which, you know what? If you're tracing somebody's work to learn, that's fine. That's an accepted practice amongst people who teach art and whatnot. Like even painting. They actually have a name for it. They call it master copy, where you sit in front of a Van Gogh or whatever, and you try to reverse engineer and literally copy what the other artist did. And a lot of artists, like comic book artists, they use tracing as a tool to learn, but you don't actually. I mean, if you did sell those drawings, like you gotta say you traced it. I mean, you can't pass it off as your own stuff. And there were some comic book people that were tracing, action poses and things. They're tracing some Jim Lee poses and putting them into their books. And I don't remember who. Like, I can't drop names. It's like this is like a vague memory from God knows when, right? I just remember it making the news or being on a thread or being on a thing. And it's big no. I mean, there is a way to use tracing as a tool so that way you can learn. But if you start selling it and saying that that's your stuff, I mean, you can't. That's where it kind of crosses a line there, and nobody appreciates that. Kevin says, I have to admit, I have tried using AI to color a few things, and it left me floored. I will share something with you. Okay, yeah, dude. Yeah, the stuff that it could do is unbelievable. I mean, it's crazy. But it is a sensitive topic. Like, I can't use it professionally for anything because it puts me in a weird spot between people that either hate AI or my peers who look at AI very, very negatively, and with good reason. I totally understand why. But I will say that even though I can't use it, it is amazing technology. There we go. Get a little shape there. And it's fun. I mean, it's like, I want to see technology advance, and I want to see all these tools you know, where people can use them and stuff like that. I don't think any of these tools, at least I'm hoping that it doesn't completely replace anything else. I don't want new things to just replace older established things, you know. I get that the car replaced the horse and buggy, so there's not really much you can do there. Still, just a couple of Amish guys still got some buggies, and I certainly, if for nothing else, my self-preservation. I don't want AI art to completely replace real human beings actually making art. But I do love technology and seeing what it can do. It's pretty crazy. Some person says there's an app that poisons digital images, so art. Oh, it poisons digital images of art, so AI can't learn from it while not changing how it looks. That's weird. I think it throw something into it like that that would do that. It's called Nightshade. If it's actually called Nightshade, that's cool. But it's like it's funny. It's just like a cool ass name for for what that is. Saying hello to Ken, very very cool. Some person says there's AI that can check for AI too. Yeah, I wonder how that works. I mean, there's always tools. I mean, there's always digital tools that can circumvent other digital tools. So it's like I don't know where that meets an apex at some point, or meets an intersection where it's just like I don't know if there's a limit to that. You know what I mean? Where it becomes moot, where they cancel each other out. Let's see. Nate says Everett usually discloses his AI use. Him and I both disclose. Yeah, it's good. It's good to tell people what you're doing, especially right now when people are sensitive about it. But I think it's just cool to let people know, what's your medium? What did you use? Was it AI? Was it gouache? Did you use pens or brushes? I think it's cool to disclose that. I think it should just be part of the thing. I like knowing the process that went into whatever it is I'm looking at. It's like it's kind of part of the thing for me. Let's see. Kevin says I couldn't tell which one looked best, so I sent a few. I was just curious how it might look, and the art was dynamic. Yeah, you're talking about. Let me see. Let me look at it real quick. Yeah, you're talking about the ENX on the bike. Yeah, yeah. They all came out awesome. It's just crazy how it does it so fast too. It's nuts. Some of them came out the way that I wish I could paint it myself. Yeah, who knows? Maybe the attitude towards AI art will be different a few years down the road. Let's see. Kevin says, if we are about disclosure, Ken says, I'd have to look again then because I never saw the disclosures. Let's see. I really hate those YouTube ads that have realistic humans promoting some BS thing. Usually weight loss, and I can always tell by the voice and how the face doesn't move right. Yeah, usually like their head doesn't move, but then they have like the biggest smile, and then their voice is consistently at the same level of excitement. Like your brain picks up on that. It's like you can tell when it's kind of fake. But yeah, I can just imagine there's just a whole bunch of actors out there that they probably made their living off of doing like side commercials and stuff like that, and it's like they don't get hired anymore. These guys are just making 1,000 commercials for free. But that in itself is not the reason to be mad at AI, even though that is no. I take it back. That's a legitimate reason to be mad at AI. The fact that it might have put you out of work, that's a real thing. And the way they rolled it out was, it is what it is. Kevin says there was some news channel that went all in on using AI broadcasters, and apparently it went sideways very quickly. Really? They did like the whole. Oh my god, dude! Replace the whole news crew. I can't imagine. I mean, I would imagine that if somebody's watching like the news and it was just an AI actor giving the news, like, I mean, it's hard to trust the news as it is with real people. Can you imagine with AI? It would just seem like all the news was fake. It would just seem like everything was made up. Like, I don't know how you'd be able to trust anything at that point. Let's see. Ken Zazer says, "Sorry, you're using your credit card to buy a boob comic." I fully endorse. No soup for you. It's just communist Russia. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like there are rules. They facilitate payment. They shouldn't tell you what you can and what you can't buy, based on like what some shareholder thinks. It's like that's like deciding at McDonald's who gets to have a burger and who doesn't get to have a burger. I mean, it's like everybody. If you got money, you could buy a burger. It's like I don't get it. Some person says they keep forgetting it's adults that buy adult things and say adult things. They can't use they can't use like the kid excuse. Yeah, for children. Yeah, they're trying to manipulate and force their particular morals. And here's the thing: I don't get it, because they process payments for everything else, including things that are really bad for you, like, I don't know, Pepsi. I think more people are dying from diabetes than they are from buying booby books. Let's see. Nate says it's always been Stripe. Stripe just turns a blind eye most of the time. If it gets their attention, it can become a problem. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree, dude. Yeah, you understand. You know what the deal is. Some person says, strange how we have to work for Stripe when it's them that's supposed to work for us. 1000%. Night Phoenix says, oh, I know you're talking about. Yeah, who are you talking about? Yeah. Maurice says, I know Mike at Divinity is not happy with Kickstarter. No, he shouldn't be. Especially with the way that they phrased their rollback of the rules, because the rules are actually still in effect, And if Mike has a different way of dealing with the payment portion of the thing, I think his indie crowdfund page is the safer bet. If you have adult content, you just don't have to worry about it. Now, you do have to. It is a pain in the butt to switch from one crowdfunding, website to another, because now you have to funnel your traffic and get your collectors and stuff to go to a whole new place and get a new name and password and another like a different way of doing things, and stuff like that. But we run into that all the time. And if it's a place where you don't have to worry about your campaign getting canceled at the last minute because somebody just happened to flag it, it would be nice to not have that to worry about. So, oh, I totally, yeah, I saw that too. Nate. Yeah, Mike still does use Kickstarter. I think you should use all of them. I think you have fans for your books. Like, you might have somebody on Fund My Comic who doesn't, for one reason or another, just doesn't feel like being on Kickstarter or being on Indiegogo or whatever. So you might have a different set of fans at each of these crowdfunding pages, at the different crowdfunding sites. So you might be capturing fans that you would not normally capture if you used a little bit of everybody. use indie crowdfund, but still do a Kickstarter later on. It was very common. It still is a common practice for people. They'll do an Indiegogo campaign, and then as soon as they're done with that, they'll convert it into a Kickstarter campaign. Just to continue from there, because sometimes they have a different collector base that they can get to. Everybody has their preferred place to go, so it's so you want to be able to capture as many of those people and let them collect your book. Maurice says, "Oh, I know. He did just launch on Indie again. Yep." Ken Zazer says, "I like Mike, but he's not happy at most things." He does have very strong opinions. I like Mike. Mike is a good guy. You know where you stand with him. I think he's a good guy, and it's like fuck the work ethic behind this guy. Mike and Mindy, they have an amazing work ethic. They do so much, and then when they say they're going to do something, they turn around and they just freaking do it. I mean, they're going to be printing books. They're doing indie crowdfund. They've been doing really well with all of their books, making very good sales and having just a very good work ethic. Christiane, what's up, dude? I'm glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Look, you popped up right when I was working on your piece. You see? Your spidey sense went off. You're right here. I'll show everybody the 3 pieces that we worked on tonight, and then I'll show you guys what we have for auction tonight. Got a couple of fun things. Let's see. Paul says, "I wish they would use AI to make commercials different each time, as they get so old so fast when watching like WWE on Netflix. I mean, film the commercial, then use AI to make a new version of it each time." Yeah, they could, right? They totally could. Like, the commercial should be completely different, like every single time you see it. I mean, they may as well, right? Maurice saying hello, very cool. Christiane says, "Is Kickstarter hard to use?" There's a lot of moving parts. I mean, it's I would rather not do the running of the Kickstarter, and it's like I'd rather just concentrate on drawing my book and writing my stories than doing all of the nuts and bolts of running a Kickstarter or just running a crowdfunder, period. But if you get somebody else to run it for you, like the margins are thin enough that you feel it. If you start getting staff or start getting somebody else to do things for you, so you do end up doing a lot of things yourself. So it was hard to use at first. I think I've gotten used to most of it. I think I've gotten pretty good at most of it. But there's people that do it better, and there's plenty of people that do it worse. You know what I'm saying? But it is a job. It is a job to do it. Takes up a good bit of time. Let's see, Nate says use AI to color too and do some effects sometimes. Yeah, and here's the thing. Like, you're telling people that you're doing that. And it's like, that's cool. And it's like, I think he used AI for like the one drawing that I did. That used it for a cover, right? The one cool chick. And I thought that came out great. I thought it came out so good. But yeah, if you use anything like that and you're just telling people that you're using it, it's like, I think you're being transparent is just a nice common courtesy thing to do. And I think people are cool with that. Oops, here we go. Some person said it's actually called Nightshade. That's kind of badass. Because honestly, like, I would totally believe it if you said that you just made it up because it just sounded cool as shit. But the fact that it's actually called Nightshade, that's kind of badass. Here we go. Let me put up I'll put up all 3 pieces because it's already midnight now. So it's so we worked on Christiane's piece for a little bit. Got some more lines on here. We worked on Ken's piece here, which is a great post-it joke. I love the traditional post-its. And then we have Kevin's piece with Nira X, the homage to barbed wire. But Jelly's going to be the star, dude. So these are the 3 pieces that we worked on tonight. Here we go. Let me catch up. I'm gonna catch up with the chat. Let me put these right here. I'm gonna catch up with you guys real quick, and then I'll show you the three different items that we have for auction tonight. I'll show you what we got, so that way you know ahead of time what's going on. So let me catch up with you guys real quick. Kevin is saying yes, the NX Tron style. Yeah. I like that piece. I like that Tron bike. Nate says Kickstarter does have a decent learning curve. Yeah, it does. It takes a minute. It's not intuitive, but once you know where things are and you start remembering where things are, it does get doable. Some person says Nira isn't a boob comic. It's a boob and a butt comic. Yeah, man. We try to do everything. Maurice. Some person says nudity isn't a big deal in Europe. I have had a hard time shipping books to Europe, though, simply because of like they flag it as adult. I don't know. There's a whole thing about that. We could spend a whole hour talking about the shipping thing. There's a shipping fiasco happening right now. But yeah, that's what I always understood, is that nudity wasn't such a big deal in Europe. Like, it's just boobs. Like, go to the Mediterranean, hit a beach, you know? It's boobs everywhere. Thank you, Kevin. Nira X is the breast comic. Some person says, do you sell in Europe, Bill? I think it'd go very well. I used to have international shipping for my Kickstarters, and I've had enough problems with it that I only ship to the US now. And then I tried shipping things to Europe. Like, there was a couple of books that I wanted to ship some Club Corrupt to Europe, and I was getting warning labels on my USPS. I use a program. I use the USPS program to buy my postage and stuff, and they're giving me all kinds of rules and stuff about, you know, hey, if it gets flagged, if this happens, if that happens, you can get in trouble, and this and that, whatever. So I don't know where the rules are right now. I might have to talk to somebody and just see where everything stands on that. Let's see. Nate says I'm relaunching Unification next week, so we'll see what happens. Awesome, dude. I hope it does well. I hope it does okay. It's like, and let me know when it launches, and I'll share that. You know, share the link on my my socials and stuff. Get the word around. Here, let me drink a little bit of water. I've been talking so much, my throat got dry. Good water. Oh, that's good stuff. Okay, it's just water. Let's see. Nate says also Mike sells his books for less on indie crowdfund, and says that in the Kickstarter and campaign. That's good. Have some incentive for going over to indie crowdfund. Yeah, we did Club Corrupt #2 with indie crowdfund, and it did okay. It would have done better if I was funneling more traffic to indie crowdfund. And I noticed that a lot of people just, maybe they didn't want to create like a whole new account, name, password for yet another service. But I think that if they see that it's going to be consistently over there, they'll probably, hopefully they'll change their mind and they'll support. But it takes some work to get people to move from one, one account, one web page or whatever that they're used to going to using another one. Some person says commercials have to stop being funny. I'm going to see the same joke 10 times in a half hour. Just do a basic, here's a product. This is what it does. Ken Albury says, I don't mind using until it comes to fulfillment. It's tedious work. It really is. Honestly, if I didn't have Cat Mouse helping me with the fulfillment part, because all the CSV files and all that sort of stuff, combining your list so that you know who's getting what, and so that way it doesn't take forever to actually print labels. for shipping and making sure that everybody's, it's a lot of tedious work. It is. Kevin says, I'm loving what I see. Excellent. Nate says, these are all hot. Thanks, dude. Some person says, maybe you can contact some artists in Europe. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Especially, is it Milo? He does a lot of cool poses and stuff. I like his art. Marie says, there were lots of topless beaches throughout Europe, but if you want full nudity, then the best is the French Riviera. Some person says, Rini is looking into selling in Europe. Someone gave her info on a contact. Oh, I'll talk to Rini then. That would be cool. Some person says, I think it was Tokume. Okay. Well, cool, man. I'm glad we did a little bit of catching up tonight. I'm going to set these aside for a moment just to keep it safe over here. And I'm going to show you all three things that we're going to be auctioning off tonight. So that way, if you see something that you like, you won't bid on something ahead of time and miss out on it. So I've got there's a page from the Honeybee story. Now, we had talked before about this whole hot tub scene, this pool scene. So I found the page. I actually found it. It's page 12 from the Honeybee series. A lot of post-it notes here because this is from that series. So I've got page 12 from the Honeybee. It's the pool scene. I've also got page 23. This is going to be for the next auction. And this is from my own Shadows Embrace story. So I got page 23. I'll be posting more full color pages from this story on the Patreon tonight. So that way you guys can see. And then for the third auction, I've got two books. One is a Voltron United and Drawn book, and which has got a whole bunch of different artists doing pinups of Voltron and different characters. And let's see, including yours truly, which is right. Here we go. So what I'll do is if you bid on this one and you win this one, I'll sign it right here on the pinup thing, and then I'll sign it on the inside cover for you. And then I've got Nira X Reborn number 3. This is a nude variant by our good friend Ali Garza, which came out awesome. Came out so good. So I got one copy that I can contribute to the auction tonight, and I got one copy for myself that I get to keep in a box in the archive. So these are the three things that we're going to be auctioning tonight. I guess we can start with the Honeybee page. And make sure I got this stuff here so nothing falls. Excellent. So we'll start with the Honeybee page, and I will put up the little thing here. So that way we know what's up. The only real rule that we have when we're bidding on things is just to put the word bid next to your bid. So that way we know that it's a real bid. And then we're going to give it 5 minutes. It's 12:10 right now, so 12:15. We're going to stop and then do a 10-second countdown. And what I do is, what we do every time is just do the 10-second countdown. I type it into the pop-out chat, which is the live chat. If you look on the top of your chat, it'll say top chat or live chat. If it says top chat, you want to click on it. You get a little drop window and click on live chat. So that way we're synced up about as good as we can be. And then if there's a little question towards the end about who won what or who might have bid on something, then we will solve that problem between what I see you guys seeing and what I see. We will figure it all out. So I'll let this go until 12:15. He would know a good pizza recipe, right? A Milo Manera Nira X cover. Oh, that would be dope. That's for sure. Yeah, we were talking about a different artist drawing Nira X. That would actually be pretty dope. Kevin says, I will bid on that one for $1 whole. All right. Thanks, dude. Kevin is in the running for $1. I respect that dollar, dude. Ken Zazer in the house with $5 holla bid. That's cool. Write that down. $5. $5. You can holler. For the hot tub pool scene from the old honeybee story. I'll make sure that I sign the page right down here. I'll probably sign it right here so that way we can see a little bit better right there. That's a spot right there. Marie says, I like Reval Pavas. Am I pronouncing that right? Pava? I'll probably have to look that up. I'll rewind the video. I'll rewind the show a little bit later. I'll look them up. I always like discovering new artists. And I'm horrible with names, so chances are I probably know the person's work. I just don't know their name. I'm horrible at that stuff. Paul in a house with 6 degrees of Kevin's $6 bid. You're awesome, dude. Got you in for $6. Ken says, you ink some deltas on those ladies and people be bidding, LOL. Damn, that's kind of true. That's kind of true. Change the whole concept of the page. Some person says, you never know. It's much easier to contact famous artists than movie celebrities. At the height of his fame, you could find Frazetta's phone number in the phone book. Oh, yeah, I hear you. Kevin says, 9 degrees of me bid. Thanks, dude. Nate says, I'll throw a 10 bid in there. You're awesome, dude. Thanks, man. The high hand in the house. Kevin says, now I have a 6 and the 9. Oh, well done, dude. Well done. Excellent. Some person says, I heard stories of people calling and hearing, hello, Frazetta here. Christy Hand in the house saying, 12-inch sub bid. Hell yeah. Thanks, man. Damn, now I'm hungry. Paul says, aftermarket deltas. Ken says, bid, you get free pieces of Post-it notes. Aftermarket deltas. All right, it is 12:15. I'm going to go ahead and hop out into the pop-out chat. Chris Dehan currently has the high bid in the house. Oh, I take that back. Nate back with Friday the 13th bid. Thanks, dude. Okay, starting the 10-second countdown now. I'm out in the pop-out chat with everybody else, starting with a 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Now we have an interruption here. Chris Dehan in the house with 15. Thanks, dude. I see Ken's bid for 15, but Chris Dehan was first. Continuing the countdown with 4, 3. Chris Dehan in the house with 16. Thank you, dude. Continuing now the countdown with 2, 1. Marking it sold with a 000. And it is sold. Let me scroll up here. Remember, guys, once I get to 3, I kind of don't stop. Let's see what we got here. Night Phoenix, Nate, I see that you got 17, but I see that Kevin got 31 flavors bid. Congratulations to Kevin. Thank you, dude. Please, everybody, congratulate Kevin. That was a good move. Awesome, awesome. Ken says, congrats to Kevin. Excellent. Kevin is like, woohoo! Chris Dehan says, congrats. Awesome, awesome. I'll put your name on the back of that one. Make sure that we're all safe. That's a good grab. Good grab, dude. Maurice says, congrats. Very, very cool. Kevin says, I thought it would jump higher and faster. You guys are awesome. All right, I'm going to set this one off to the side for a moment. The next one up is going to be for the Shadows Embrace page, page number 23. See, it's going to be 1220, so we're going to let this one go to 1225. That'll give me a second to get started here. Let's see. Nate says, I didn't even see that. Congrats, Kevin. Got you. Kevin says, hey, look at that. My box is getting heavier already. I know. We're going to have such a huge unboxing, dude. It's going to be dope. Kevin said, it's okay. Thanks, all. Very, very cool. Very cool. Kevin says, one bid. What should I bid? I know. $1. Kevin in the running for $1. We're going to let this go until 12:25, and we'll do a 10-second countdown again. Some person says, I wonder how tight that rope is. If you buy this, you get to find out. Nate says, ooh, I like that. Chris Dehan in the house with pie bid. All right. I'm going to write that down right now. 3.14, because I'm a math whiz. Pie. Thanks, Chris. Kevin says, inquiring minds want to know how tight it is. You'll get to find out. Actually, it's pretty good that you did the pie bid, since we're talking about how tight the rope is. Crazy. See the bottom panel there. There we go. The silhouette. Yeah, this was a fun story to draw. Now remember, after the show tonight, I'm probably gonna post like 2 pages, maybe 3 pages of the full color story from Shadows Embrace. I forget what page we're up to right now, but I'll post 2 or 3 pages more. That'll be fun. Chris Dehan, currently the high hand in the house with a mere 3.14 cents. Let's see. Paul says, can't think of a face licking number. $10 bid. Thanks, Paul. Kevin with a high 5 bid. Chris Dehan with a lucky 7 bid. Nate with a 5 alive bid. Paul still beating everybody with his $10 bid. Kevin says a face licker is better than a face hugger. I have to agree. Ken Zazer in the house with lucky 13 bid. Thanks, dude. Chris Dehan back with $12 holla bid. But Ken currently still has the high hand in the house. Chris Dehan back with 18. Thanks, bro. Less than 3 minutes left to go. Paul with the COVID-19 bid. like how you think out of the box, my friend. Ken says, bid. Think of the dollar to boob ratio in this art. Paul says, sick of my puns, I know. Never. The puns make it fun. Chris Dehan in the house with the Honta 26 bid. Kevin says, I got more dollar to boob. Some person says, you gave it a shot. Thank you, Maurice. Exactly. Chet's legacy is secure, my friend. All right, Christy Hand is currently the high hand in the house with 26. Yeah, still got a little less than 2 minutes left to go. I feel like the time just flew by on the first one, and then on this one, it's like going slower. Oh, it's less than a minute now. Okay, now it feels like it's going faster. Nate in the house with the 30 rock bid. Awesome, dude. Chris Dehan back in the house with 35. Thanks, dude. Ken says that COVID punk can go viral. No, please, no. Thank you. Exactly. Maurice says, oh, you went there. All right, it is 12:25. Now, how am I going to win with a 31? All right, Chris Dehan is currently the high hand with 35. I'm hopping out into the pop-out chat, starting the 10-second countdown with 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All right, interrupting here for just a second. I see a bid from Kevin for 36. Thanks, dude. Remember, when I get to 3, I turn a blind eye and I just keep going. The continuing bids shall... Oh, we got another interruption. Chris Dehan with 44. Thanks, dude. Continuing the countdown now with 4. Oh, I see an interruption. Kevin in the house with 47. Thanks, dude. All right, after 3, I do not stop. Here we go. The countdown continues with 3, 2, 1. Marking it sold with a 000, and it is sold. All right, let's get up here. Let me scroll up here a little bit. Chris Dehan in the house with 54. Please, everybody, congratulate Chris. Thanks, dude. Awesome, awesome. Very, very cool. Kevin jumps in. Kevin says, congrats. Excellent. Marie says, congrats, Chris. Very cool. Ken Zazer says, congrats. Guys are awesome. Paul Purvis says, Chris with 54 is what I see. Perfect, perfect. 54 is it. Thank you so much, guys. All right, I'm going to write your name on the back of this one, my friend. I'm glad we're not having glitches and things tonight. All right, our final lot for tonight is this heavy-ass book. Please bid, because the shipping alone. And, of course, the Ali Garza nude cover for Nira X Reborn number 3. So I'm going to put that on here. Let me see, what time is it right now? It's going to be 12:30 almost, right? So we're going to let this go until 12:35. Chris Dehan says thanks. Very cool, dude. So I got this big ass book, heavy book, Ali Garza variant cover. Ken jumping into the fray with Ben 10 bid. Awesome, dude. Kevin says, I will start this with a single digit bid. I'll still write it down, man. I'll still write it down. That $1 is secure with me, my friend. You notice that it came in first. Hey. Nate says, congrats to Chris. Absolutely, dude. Very, very cool. Yeah, some good bidding on that. Good bidding on that. You guys got some good timing, good bidding on those. And remember, I'm going to post like 2 or 3 more pages of the actual full colored lettered pages. That way you guys can see what those look like. And we may actually print the book later on. I'm gonna find out whether or not we're gonna actually have it in print instead of only it being an online story. Get a fresh new cover on it. It's like, I think we might actually do that. Have an official issue 1 that's actually out there. Kevin says, okay, 2 singles, 11 bid. Now I feel better. 11 it is. Thanks, dude. Maurice says, Bill will log the $1 because it's tradition now. Yep, exactly. I got to respect it, man. I got to respect it. All right. It looks like it just turned 12:30 right now. So we're going to let this go till 12:35. And then we'll do a countdown and see where we are. Let's see. Ken says, does this Voltron book have any images of the one that was like 30 cars? Oh, yeah, I remember that Voltron. I think this is all Lion Voltron. Vehicle Voltron is awesome. Don't get me wrong. Oh, no. I got Vehicle Voltron right here. Just as I opened up the book. Vehicle Voltron. Yeah, I'll do a slow flip through it. I'm skipping over some pages. Mostly Lion Voltron. Let's see if there's any more Vehicle Voltron in here. Even the pinup that I did was like Princess Allura on her Lion. Mostly Lion. I'm seeing all Lion Voltron so far. So many different artists, dude. Yeah, there's a Vehicle Voltron a little bit. Don't let me forget. I actually have. There you go. Hey, there's Bill Mouth. I would say this is 99% Lion Voltron. There we go. All right, so you got a little preview there. All right, Chris Dehan in the house with 14 years of bid. Thanks, dude. Ken Zazer says it was 15 cars, so 15 car bid. That works, dude. Chris Dehan with 17 to life bid. Awesome. Some person says both Voltrons did a collab one time. I don't remember that. I have to look that up. I actually feel dumb for not remembering that. The fact that they were in the same thing. I mean, you know what? The more I think about it, the more I have a vague memory. Kevin says underage drinking 20 bid. Thanks, dude. Paul says number of official James Bond movie 25 bid. Excellent, dude. I love the ones you come up with. Ken says I prefer OG Voltron because but was curious. Oh, okay, I got you. Okay. Well, this is OG. This is all OG. Christiane says got to wait until 21 bid. That's right. but Paul's still beating you with 25. Chris Dehan in the house with 27 dresses bid. I got you. Good going, my friend. Ken Zazer in the house with the dirty 30 bid. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Kevin, a little late, but I still like the pun. 29 miles across the sea bid for me. Chris Dehan, 31 flowers. Now I want some ice cream. Chris Dehan with 31. Thanks, dude. Ew. I read it so fast that I didn't see pudding. But 31 flavors, acceptable. All right, less than 2 minutes left to go. Excellent. And with this issue, I realize it's my issue, but it's Ali's cover. So you'll have the option, if you would like me to sign it up here, I'll sign it. But if not, maybe you want to take it to a show and have Ali sign it, just let me know. Whoever ends up winning that book, I'll make sure that we straighten that out before I go signing things. Less than 1 minute left to go. Kevin says, I'm 36 years old today. I'm such a square bid. Awesome, dude. Thanks, man. I'm 36 today. Oh, governor. All right, time's almost up, and it is up. All right, Kevin currently the high hand in the house with 36. Jumping out into the pop-out chat with 9, 8, 7. All right, guys, see an interruption. Chris Dehan with bidding late at 38. Awesome, thanks, dude. Continuing the countdown from 7, it is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Marking it 000 to mark it as sold. And it is sold. Okay, let's scroll up real quick. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. This looks like Kevin's taking home. It's like a farmer asked his dad if he could round up the 36 sheep. Sure, said the dad. 40 bid. You're awesome, dude. Please congratulate Kevin. Kevin wins that round with 40. Thanks, dude. It's a good bounty for the evening. Thank you so much, everybody. Paul says, congrats on the longest ever bid. Chris Deanne says, left me a little sheepish. Chris Deanne says, congrats. Awesome. Kevin says, it took forever to type. I thought I would miss out. Maurice says, congrats. Awesome, dude. Got a good bounty for the evening. All right, let me see. Let me put this up here. We're going to put all of the things up here that were part of tonight's show. Got original art pages. We've got our catch-up art that we are catching up on. Got our barbed wire Nira X. We've got our Jessica Post-it. We got a ton of stuff. Thank you, Maurice, for saying congrats, Paul. We are all such followers. Ken says, you get an you get an everybody gets an Nate says, congrats, Kevin. Very, very cool. Kevin says, I want all the and I want it now. Oh, you're awesome, dude. Paul says, anytime Bill signs something for us, he should just write above it. Oh, that's right. Hey, Kevin, you could tell me whether or not you want me to sign Ollie's book on the top, or if you want to keep it blank because Ollie might be there. Well, you know, you can have us both signed. I mean, this is one of those things. You can get all the signatures you want on his book if you want. I'm just saying. Good round, guys. Well, once again, we had a fun Saturday night, and that's what matters. We got to hang out, have some jokes, share some artwork together. You guys make it actually happen. I get to draw it, but without you guys, I don't get to draw it. So, thank you guys. Kevin says, oh no, may find its way into all future art. Ken is saying night to everyone. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and bid a good night to everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for another Saturday night. And you know what? I'll have to look at my calendar to make sure that we're doing it again next Saturday. I believe that we are. Should be just normal time as usual. And we'll do it again. Thank you so much, guys. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy your Sunday, and I will see you guys again soon. I'll be posting a lot on my Facebook, and I'll let you know when I post that video up on YouTube, so that way you see Paul's big unboxing at Tidewater Comicon. All right, guys, have a good night, and I will talk to you guys again very soon. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Seattle.